Hello everybody, I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today we have two awesome NA Conquest maps for you today. Our first map is Railroad Cut. You cannot see the Railroad Cut, it's kind of in the woods here. You can kind of see it there. But then our second map today is Towering Trunks, one we have visited before on this channel. So it'll be interesting to see what tactics have changed over time, because this has been out for a couple of weeks now. The teams that will be playing in today's event: on the Union, we have the 1st VA, the AP, 1st Delaware, 20th New York, and the 7th VA Cav. Whereas in the Confederacy, we have the 5th NC, 5th Florida, and the 1st Maryland. We'll have Regimental Leader interviews afterward. Hope you enjoy. Hello, everybody. I hope you're having a wonderful day. Today, we have a couple Conquest rounds for you. More Regimental Conquest. It should be fun. Your team for today is myself, Asgard and Eagle, and that one, Sevi, announcing. And we have two field reporters today. On the Union side, we have Coughman. And on the Rebel side, we have Microwave. How's everyone doing today?
I'm doing great. Just ate some Chinese food. You know, Conquest mode, new maps, new everything, so it'll be great.
All right. Sweet. So, yeah, now we're just waiting for teams to move out of their spawn. By the way, if you do not know, on the top left will be the Union perspective, and on the top right will be the Rebel perspective, and we'll flip back and forth as needed. So what is this map, Sevi?
This specific map is called Railroad Cut, and I very distinctly remember this Railroad Cut from old Picket Patrol games. But it seems to extend a little bit more to the east-southeast of that Picket Patrol map. So where the Union used to spawn, right behind that, or maybe the Confederate, I don't exactly remember, is point B. And what it looks like here is that the Confederates have very easy time taking point A and B from this forest area right there, while the Union, they delayed a little bit longer, and they only were able to get to point C. So, with a little bit of lag, let's see that the Union now, they are coming across, a small Union group is coming across the Confederates putting up their flag on B, where I expect most of the fighting to happen. This group is the 7th Virginia, and 6th something or other. And they're facing off against people who are putting up this flag named the 5th North Carolina, who it's Doug.
Those guys.
I'm pretty sure. Oh, hi there, Doug. How you doing? So, they're posting up their Confederate flag. Ooh, and now more Confederates are shooting on this small Union group. Let's see where the rest of the Union reinforcements are going.
Are they going pushing Y? Yeah. So where are all the points of contention at?
So we have one obviously in the railroad cut, which the Confederates had a very easy time taking. Now we have the one in that open field over there, which the Confederates have also taken. However, the Union has taken the one over here through this field. So remember that the one of the sides actually has to get a majority, or has to get all of them, and or it'll be decided by ticket count. You can't just win by controlling 2 out of the 3. However, those do affect your ticket numbers. So now let's just see how it goes out, because I expect the Union aren't just going to play defensive like this, or else they'll just end up losing. They'll probably end up trying to push for this point B.
That's kind of a possibly, but if you look at the distance at C, you can see Union shifting into the woods.
That's true, and this group near the center, I think it's still the 7th. Yeah, it's still the 7th over here, and this is the 20th Maine. I wonder if that 7th is portraying the Loyalist cavalry, because there was a 7th Virginia cavalry that was Loyalist at the Battle of in the Maryland Commander. I don't think there's any fighting at Antietam specifically, but a lot of people mistakenly call them 7th West Virginia at this point in the war. So I don't know if they're portraying an actual Virginia unit like secessionist, or if they're portraying a loyal Virginia unit, because West Virginia was not a state yet at this point. Now we can see a larger movement up here by the 5th North Carolina into the cornfield held by the Union. The Union have a very small force in this cornfield. Many more are holding up in that house area over there.
I'm shocked to see most of the Union team sitting so far back. I think the Confederacy is going to win this charge relatively easily.
Yeah. I mean, they're getting flanked on. This the AP IVB they have buck and ball, and they are going to be able to inflict some pretty heavy casualties on them. Which now that with this mode having even ticket counts, it's ticket counts. You can't just die at a line, mister. So hopefully they're not going to just throw away the game like that. Want to see a competitive game here. Both sides probably aren't going to try to avoid dying on a line. That being said, the Confederates pushing really boldly at the beginning part of this game into this barn. The 5th Florida facing off against the 20th New York. So the 20th New York is on one side of the bar, the 5th Florida is on the other. And, I imagine that it'll end itself very quickly with a melee.
Yeah, Confederates moving around that barn. Looks like they'll be surprising that Union group that's there.
Mm-hmm. Or at least, with the huge frame drop, the IVB has gone down, and they are completely wiped. Wow, that was dead. And this group going far right, like you said, wow, I didn't even think about this. They really are going all the way over here. This is the AP AP.
20th Maine, right?
Yeah, this is the 20th Maine. The 20th Maine is advancing up here on the railroad cut, facing off against some skirmishes in the 5th North Carolina. I wonder if he's going to throw his life away and try to die the line. Yeah, probably. Yep, he died the line. Nice
I
job,
don't
man.
think they even see him coming, and I think Union's going to be able to at least take down the flag before the Confederates can react.
Indeed, indeed. So we can see now that the Confederates have very firm control over Point B. The farmhouse, or I'm sorry, the farm barn, is still being pretty contested. This is, I remember this house. I tried to do something at this house. I remember trying to get somebody on the roof right there. Well, it didn't work. I just realized now in my mind a way I could have done that, which would have worked out really well. Now we can see the 5th has pushed the 20th back to this house. 20th is content to let them have that barn, which, to be fair, they didn't need a hole in the barn. However, they do have a couple Rambos over here, or not Rambos, out-of-liners. And that these 7th West Virginia guys, or I'm sorry, 7th Virginia guys dying, and the 6th Alabama, a couple guys over here. That might be a detriment to the team, or maybe they'll just be another thorn on the side for the Confederacy.
Yeah, we'll see. We're getting our microwaves perspective here at the barn. How's it going for you, microwave, right now at the barn?
Pretty good. But a couple Yankees, coupled with their officer, have basically seized our flag. The flag, as in the flag of the 5th North Carolina. I am going to retrieve it now, as you can see, and run back to the boys, and I'm going to die.
Beautifully done.
Rest in
Hopefully you
peace.
don't die. Back to our overview here.
Yes, the Union has captured Point A with a massive Confederate countercharge by the 5th North Carolina, now advancing, killing the flag bearer at the bottom of the hole. Confederates just completely killing this Union group. I don't know if that was worth it for them ticket-wise. However, it did kind of, I don't know. I don't know what that achieved. It was cool. Nice job. You brought down the Confederate flag and put up your flag of Maine, or flag of Wisconsin, or Pennsylvania. I'm sorry. However, it didn't really accomplish that much. Sorry.
I mean, Union could take an initiative. I don't know if they have any guys over here, but try to push for B. When I was watching Conquest last night, the flags really didn't do much because Confederates had a flag up for a majority of the game, and Union stayed at battle ready for a good 30 minutes, even when Union was constantly charging.
Union marching right to the giant Confederate line. First Delaware getting a couple buckenball shots off. Perhaps. I don't really know if they were able to do much effective killing. 5th North Carolina content to shoot him out and not charge him. I think that's a mistake on the 5th North Carolina. The 1st Delaware is able to get away relatively unscathed. Of course, they did lose a lot of men to the firefight. Over here on the right of them is the 1st Virginia. Advancing up here, they're going to get on the flank of the Confederacy. If they're able to properly time that, well, I think if they were able to properly time that with the 1st Delaware, it would have been a lot better. But that, I don't think that worked out very well. I think the 1st Delaware will advance without them. Or they without the 1st Delaware. Who knows what happened, right? But I think if they went coordination-wise, they would have had a better chance than the Confederacy.
Yeah, those troops probably should have gone for B instead of trying to trickle in and take A, especially if they just raised the flag too. So
I agree. If these Union guys are able to group up and attack this barn, then push into B, because they can't just take B with leaving the respawn route completely open.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so yeah, what are the Confederates doing that are at A? Did they push back up to B or?
Nah, it looks like they're still kind of consolidating there. Slight amount of movement. Let's see what they're doing here on the ground. It's kind of hard to see with just the flags. Yeah, they're just forming a line over here facing where they last saw the 1st Delaware. Remember that the 1st Virginia is still over there. I don't think they see them, but they're too far away to really do anything. So although they can't see them, not really doing much just yet. Maybe when they get closer, it'll do a lot more. I mean, the rebels see him. The 5th North Carolina sees him.
There's like 15 guys right there.
Oh, he a little bit underestimated. I think that's a little more than 15. No, it's about 15. Now this rebel skirmisher just reported to his commander that he saw the 1st Virginia. I'm glad we were able to get that on camera. That's pretty cool.
And now they're going to relay that to the Steam chat. And again, this is an opportunity. Union needs to go for B. And there they come.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, C. Murphy. If C. Murphy uses... Nah, he doesn't use that intelligence. I don't think he accurately knows where their position is. Comparatively. Union taking engage really early, I think, you know what, I think that makes sense. Unless the Confederates did engage really quickly. Remember, both teams have even casualties on these kind of map modes. This is a completely hypothetical game with no historical basis, so it's completely even. Is that an American flag?
Where?
Well, I'll see if that's still there later.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't really want to distract from the game because, the 5th North Carolina is now going up. They maybe, I think he finally got the information relayed to him because they're going right up on the rear of the 1st, and the 1st doesn't even know they're here. 1st, however, are in a heavy melee, and I think we'll just die to these skirmishers instead. That was lost almost most of their men. Wow,
you can hear the whoa.
Yeah, Mr. Dogue that was kind of anticlimactic. I kind of expected the 1st to have an epic face-off against them, but they really decided to the skirmishers. That kind of sucks. Back over here at the barn, you can see, ooh, the Confederates were pushed out. It looks like Confederates retreated. I can't really tell. There's no real evidence of mass bloodshed, so I think the Confederates went back to this other position without really being forced. Oh,
I can confirm we have retreated on our own, but by our officers' own will.
orders?
Yeah.
All right. And we can see here Microwave holding the flag of South Carolina in his hands, the palmetto flag. Hell yeah. I like how it just says Micro-Wah.
Michael Wah.
Micro
25
Micro
character text limit strikes again.
Mm-hmm.
Micro
Back when Collector was U.S. History Co. That was a while ago. So now the 20th New York. I assume this is still 20th New York. I probably shouldn't have assumed that. Nope, it is the 20th New York and the 6th, and I can see Ferd, a couple others, and they're facing off against this Confederate group. Again, the Confederates do have an upper hand here, because as long as the Union stay where they are and don't capture B, they'll be in a good place, the Confederates. But still, the Union can't just only capture 2 things. They got to do a little more than that. So, yeah, I don't know what exactly the Union plan is here,
Hopefully
but I
they
do
go
think
up and
capturing
get
this flag
that.
would help them.
Yeah, they need to go up and capture that
Are these
flag.
cannons? The Confederates have cannons? Why do they have...
Yeah, they do have cannons
What?
at both sides, I think it is.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry. I need to check. Is this like an actual... It's like an actual person over here? I need to check. If I don't think so. Nope. Okay.
If Union already was that far away, that'd be crazy.
Nah, he was through the ground. He was through the ground. Okay, so I don't really know where the Union artillery positions is. Let's see, do they even have any artillery? They have 1 man on Battery Stewart. I just heard the Confederate cannon go off behind me. You know what? It doesn't really matter. Oh, here he is. There we go. I didn't want to look too long, but we didn't have to look too long. He's Mr. Falcon is bravely moving the cannon. Nice job.
All along
Back over
the
here.
way,
Ooh, right in time for a Confederate charge. We can see, I believe this is the 5th North Carolina. Yes, it is. Chasing up some remnants of the 1st. We can see that they are retreating themselves to the 1st Delaware.
Yeah,
First Delaware
Coughman, our
does another panel.
frontline reporter on the Union, is with that group. We're looking at his screen right now. They're chugging it to B. B has now been uncapped, if you want to call it.
I wonder if they
that.
know they're being chased by the Confederates. Like, it really doesn't... Mr. Bus's demeanor really doesn't look like it.
No, or they might just be chugging to protect the guys on the flag. They're taking a lot of hits here. We got our first-person view here from Coughman. He's taking some shots in the rebels that are in the field.
Microwave
Look
charging
there,
into the
Coughman.
Confederate group.
Very
Mr.
hectic right now.
I could tell. Oh, you go down. It's quite unfortunate. We have our overview here. Intense
Booch
melee
does
here
not have a Lamat.
over B. What do you have to say about that, Sevi? The no Lamat.
Booch, I'm sad. You had so much opportunity, Mr. Booch. Even this Mr. Murphy. Mr. Murphy has Lamat. Nice job, Murphy. And I think that Lamat by itself is going to make this a Confederate weep on this point. Both Confederate groups completely sandwiching the Union there in total. Remember, it was the 1st Delaware and a couple other groups. This other Union group, let's see, I can't remember who was over there in that flank. Oh, this is the 20th Maine. They were over there. 20th Maine now coming in on this melee about a minute too late. I think if they were here at the beginning of the melee, they would have been able to win it. Confederates putting up their flag now. That's really a Confederate flag? Looks very Union-y.
It's the South Carolina.
Oh, yeah, wait, does the other side have a palmetto tree on it? No? Oh, is that? I think it's a Virginia flag.
Oh, okay. Okay. I
me
just
see.
looked
Is that
at the one
Virginia
that
company?
Microwave was doing.
No, wait, is that North Carolinian flag? I guess it is. I don't know my Confederate flags very well, and I clearly showed it. Organized March 5th? I don't even know. But yeah, Confederates completely won on point. Even the reinforcement group in the 20th Maine was not able to win it out for the Confederates, or win it out for the Union. Union flags laying desecrated on the battlefield, along with the Confederate banner. Confederate banner being retrieved by some of his men.
What
The other
I've
one's
seen,
still down.
what I've seen a lot of this maps is that there are 2 points that each side can easily secure, which is A and C on this map. But then point B, whatever team gets to that point first, usually always wins. From what I've
Yeah,
watched
it
of
does seem like
Conquest
that.
so far, whoever gets that middle point first wins. Because as you can see on this map, that point is in the middle of this open field. That is very hard to take. Easy shots from whoever's on the outside on the perimeter. And so
I agree. I think the Confederate spawn's a little bit closer than the Union spawn, and also the Confederates were just able to get out of their spawn a tiny bit faster than the Union commanders were able to. So that blood stain on B has come out in the Confederate favor. But even if, all the Union really have to do to even draw it is just bring the Confederates down to engage with them and end out the game with that. They don't really need to do much. Controlling 2 points does not give you the win. You have to control all 3.
that is true. An idea for the Union. We saw how earlier in the game the whole rebel team got pulled down to point A because of one group that charged there. Maybe they could try something like that again. except
Yes,
one
maybe
group
send a
goes down.
distraction to A.
Yeah, and then have everyone else push to B once they're engaged. We'll see if they do that though. Both sides getting their
Well,
respawns and coming in.
oh, Union taking losses. I think that seals it for the Union. There's no way that they're, in my opinion, I don't think they're going to be able to tie the tickets with the Confederacy. I think for the next 28 minutes, it's probably a close and shut case because you have to either control all 3 points or have a higher ticket count than them. And the Union don't seem to be completing either of those tasks.
Yeah, no, this is weird. This is very, very weird. Last night when I watched these rounds too, it was very, very one-sided like this. One team had 2 out of 3 points. They were at battle ready while the other team was going down to taking losses and breaking before they fell to engage. So I don't know if
Weirdly
that's
enough. Oh, sorry.
yeah, no, good.
The Union have 3 more players, and they don't have as many men on artillery. So I wonder if that's a big contributing factor, or if that's just a mute point, and maybe it's not really doing anything, and it's just the commanders. However, let's see what unit this is. I expect it to be the same unit that was facing off against them earlier. No, it's the 5th. I don't think that's the 5th Florida, was it? Maybe it was. I don't remember. So we can see Butch over here bring the Sith forward over here near the barn where they were facing off earlier, and some unit respawns again. All the unit had to respawn back at main because they lost their entire group on that melee on point. This is the 20th and the AP's IVB and the 1st Delaware. The old 2nd Corps is back together, and they're charging B.
Yeah, we got a frontline reporter here. A beautiful view of him charging across that open field, going to be hopefully before they get slaughtered. We're going to go back to our overview here quickly before anything major happens.
Yeah, I think you predicted it. Once we see that group over there volley, I expect a large number of these men in blue to be, men in red, laying on the ground over there. However, if these 5th Florida guys keep up with that little, I don't know, that independent fire wasn't very accurate there, and they now have like 3 flags up, they're able to spawn in a pretty fast rate. However, they are again sandwiched. I think another point why this point is kind of bad is just that the Confederates have a very easy time getting over there to that road. So that really, it gives the Confederates a very easy time killing these guys on that flagpole. I think these maps probably need to have some rebalancing done to them in the near future.
Yeah, of course. Also, too, we see the Union. They all bunched up on the guy who's raising the flag, and so again, that
Indeed.
makes they've spread out a little more now. But when
why bother?
they first came to the flag, they all bunched up, and that makes it way easier for that group to shoot because they just got to shoot at one area, and they'll probably hit someone.
Mm-hmm. I was about to recommend that they probably should have charged these guys out before they did anything, and while I still stand by that, I can see why they'd be afraid to because they are so low on tickets. But at the same time, controlling 2 points does not make you win. Oh, can Union charge? Yeah? Question mark.
That's Union.
What? Wait, what is
They
happening?
all just
These are
stood by each
Union.
other.
These
They
aren't
just
friendly,
logged
says
their
Mr. Sergeant Punk.
Wait,
Oh, my game just crashed. No, it didn't. Hell yeah. Let's go.
Yep.
Server lag, but no crash. Wow.
what?
That was insane.
Did they both just walk up to each other and?
No,
You-
no, no. The first Maryland was on his fence. I guess that they smelled the Maryland in them, and these first gay guys didn't know what to do, and they just wow. Okay, now we see the 5th North Carolina in here, sweeping everything together. This group, you can see our brave microwave on there in the fighting, killing a Yankee all by himself. Just insane. The guys on point are probably confused too because the Union ran up and started shooting at their friendlies on point, right next to some other guys.
That was a
Ooh, direct
beautiful
hit.
arty shot.
I don't know how many men that killed. I still see a good enough force on point to be able to hold it off for the time being, but I expect them to fall back pretty soon. I don't know why they're still holding here. Oh yeah. The Union's been in control of B for a long time. I don't know why they're still holding in the middle of the open. This is a tactical blunder in my opinion. You can see the last group to hold behind is the AP's IVB. Well, the other groups who are retreating now are the 20th. Maybe they're trying to retreat in detail as to not lose all their flags at once. I don't know. Don't really know what to expect of this.
Maybe, I don't know, but now Union, Confederates got to move, I think, quick to retake it before Union can get their respawns in and hold on defense and just volley them like the Confederates have been doing to the Union this whole time.
I don't know. I mean, the Confederates already have a ticket advantage, and I highly doubt they're going to be able to lose capture point A. I mean,
As
I
you were
love this
saying,
game mode.
A has been untapped.
Nice shot, Bus. Bus with the. Oh, by the way, phenomenal character model, Bus. Great beard, redhead. That's just I've yet to see a better character model.
That was phenomenal.
Great timing too.
That was perfect timing.
Oh, okay, now we can see the Confederates have charged out these men on B and begin to take down their flag. Although I gotta say, Booch, nice shot there, killing that flag bearer. But you know what? The Confederates, they probably could have done a lot better just by charging out that group, in my opinion. They should have charged out the perimeter first. But the Confederates now control B have neutralized B, and the only point that's fully capped is C. Confederates, however, do have a flag up there, but immediately now they know it's a North Carolina flag. It actually, I wonder what that says on it. I can't read that language. Whatever. Maybe it's English and I'm just dumb right now. But we can see that the, let's see, in the railroad cut, the Confederates completely control it. The Union who were there have either retreated or died. Probably a little bit of mix of both.
Yeah, we got
Let's see what
Microwave
group is
Stream
about to
here.
get
He's in a melee right now. I don't know where, but he's killing Union.
I don't
And
see.
B has been. It might have just been a small skirmish on the outside, but now the Confederates have capped B.
There's a small skirmish.
Was that near the railroad cut?
Next to B. I'm
Oh,
not
yeah.
exactly sure where it is, but on the Confederate side of the no man's land of B.
Okay,
Oh, and the
okay.
woods
Yeah, there
here.
were some groups over there.
Yeah. So there you go. There's that. So
We can see now that Booch is telling his men to shoot east, and we have a small Confederate, or I say small, mostly Confederate respawns, putting up their flag over here, making sure it's protected. That's weird.
you can see. Is that how many Union are in the backwoods there? I see. Is that one Union
None.
flag in the back? Or
No, those are all Confederate.
Okay. I'm looking at.
Yeah, these
things
are all
on
stars
our
and
end.
bars. There are no stars and stripes in that area. Yeah. So now we can see a pretty easy, a more traditional front line has emerged over fighting over B. Still in a massively in the Confederates' favor. Why did you do that to me, spectator camera? Come on, I just want to be zoomed out. But now the Confederates have back control of B, and the Union trying to flank them around, trying to shoot them out. But this massive bloodstand over there on point. Nobody thinks about killing everybody around B and then going into cap it. Everyone's just going like, oh, just go to the middle of the field, die for a few minutes, and then retreat. That seems like the Union's plan is. The Confederates' plan is, well, we're just kind of waiting here. It's because they're winning, Like, why would they change their plan?
Mm-hmm.
I think they have a permanent garrison now on A, unless these guys are moving away soon.
At least some skirmishers. That would make sense. Union just comes back and does that.
I've never seen people use F7 in actual game. Wait, is that F7 or F6 or F8? It's one of them. I think it's F8 actually.
Yeah, hit F9.
Yeah.
All that.
Yeah, it's F9 now. No, but that was F8. That was in place rest. F7 is parade rest, and F6 is order arms. You can see now that they're sending single men up there to capture their flags back.
But
Or I
you
guess a
can't
couple
do
men.
that. You can't. You need to have at least skirmishing to uncap and recap.
I think they just want to get the flag back in line. It is their flag.
That's true.
Yeah.
And you were right
Confederate
there.
volleys all around, hitting the main group and not them. Buses, first Delaware, charging in. Yes, they are charging in.
first
I think they're trying to go
Delaware
to the middle.
is being ambitious tonight. We saw them uncap A, and now they're moving into uncap B. A bold strategy here. We have more Union following in. Our frontline reporter, Coughman, carrying the flag towards that point. Union,
Why are they
however,
bringing-
going down the
they're-
bridge.
They're
Or
putting all
breaking.
the eggs in one. Why? They don't need to put everybody in the middle here. I don't get it. Why are they doing this over and over again? They can just have like 10 guys. They don't need and then the other guys can like move around the periphery and actually put a threat on these Confederates. But instead they're all going to the middle where they're going to be suppressed and not going to be able to shoot at all. They can't even get a flag up. Look
Yeah,
at that.
no,
All
they're
their
losing
flag
so
bearers
many
just
tickets.
died. Yeah, well, I mean, not just tickets, but also just like even if tickets were a moot point, even if the Union had infinite tickets, this would be a dumb decision. They could advance through this cornfield and be on the Confederate flank. They could, if they did 5 guys with rifles, that'd be effective enough. Maybe it's a distraction for this group. I mean, they don't even have a
this
flag
group
bearer
isn't
though.
gonna, this group, yeah, no, it's not going to achieve much other than uncapping and then all dying once the Confederate horde comes through.
Yeah,
We're about
if this
half-
first. Oh, sorry.
Yeah, no, I was gonna check on our frontline reporters. We're halfway through the timer, not the tickets wise, because clearly that's not the case. Microwave, how is the Confederate team feeling right now?
It's a turkey shoot. We're just shooting the Yanks that are trying to cap B. We all have 55s and 61s. We have good targets, a so-called target-rich environment. We are enjoying it.
Well, good. I'm glad to hear you guys enjoy that. Coughman, it's not going too well for the Union right now. How is it on your end?
It's all these little tiny groups running around trying to take on the world, I think, to be honest. We're here on B, but we've just capped it, but we've lost, I don't know, probably 20, 30 skirmishing losses already.
Yeah. for
Looking
sure.
at the timer, it really doesn't seem like something we need.
Yeah, no, for sure. You guys got to find a way to get back up on even ticket level. We'll see if you guys can figure it out. Thank you for your report. Oh my goodness, guys falling down behind you. Back to our
Right
over
as you
here,
say,
yeah.
Right as you said that, the 20th Maine charged in all by themselves and died out of the line completely. I think they're treating this more like a pick patrol than an actual event, which I can't blame them. It is a new mode and is in the old pick patrol maps. But I don't think we're seeing the true competitive feel of it come out just yet. I think it's too early in Conquest's lifespan for that.
I would agree. Probably. How much time do you think you give it? I don't know how long it took for the skirmishing metas to come out.
Oh, well, I mean, not even meta. I mean, people have always played the skirmishing maps in events at least for like trying to be
We have
professional,
a
trying
rebel
to win.
charge on B.
Yes, I do see that. I have an overview of this. The group charging in is the fifth forwarded. Yeah, fifth forwarded. Now charging in again. Mr. Jacob Steen in the front, and they are being countercharged out by the 20th New York. I think that's completely unnecessary. They can just be shooting them out. What are they doing? The Confederates now are being the ones in the bowl, in the Turkish shoot, and the Union, instead of taking the advantage and shooting them, are charging in. What? Why?
Yeah, Microwave getting a great shot there. You can just see on his screen the Union that are coming in. They're just all dying. They're all trickling in slowly. They're all getting independent shot. It's crazy, as we can see it.
Oh my God, this is just sad. The Confederates moving even further beyond the point. Of course, a couple volleys here and there, that's cool and all, but you're not really doing much. It's too late. The entire group either should have shot or I mean, think about it, right? The Confederates capturing B, that doesn't make you win. Holding, what I think is happening here is that the commanders might not be aware that holding 2 out of the 3 points does not make you win. Am I wrong on that? Has that rule changed?
No, it hasn't. Honestly, from what I've seen, I don't think holding 2 out of the 3 points is devastating for your team in terms of tickets.
100% not. I agree.
It takes way too long. The flags affect you. They don't affect you as badly. Because I know we saw that first week how when you capped the points, your ticket count went really down really fast. Because we were seeing like 10, 15-minute matches at that point.
Mm-hmm.
But after that first week, that second week, they really changed it, and I think they changed it again. I do not think flags affected that much, which over time we'll get a more correct estimate of how much do flags actually affect your team's ticket amount. Mm-hmm. But for now, I don't think you need to be worried if the other team has 2 out of 3. Just play better than them.
I agree. Like, I mean, the Irish 6-9 New York over here, they do have buck and ball, which could be their advantage, but they're not using it. But it seems like what the Union are doing, they're just going in long ranges, and then they're either shooting it out at long ranges for a while and then dying, or going in this middle over here and then dying. You know, again, when the Confederates started to be there, the 5th, that could have been a great opportunity for all these Union guys to get a shit ton of kills right there on point. That's not that far. You know, the buck and ball are going to get a lot of suppression, even though they won't get as many kills as they could at close ranges. And the riflemen will just be able to completely massacre them. Again, the 72nd, if I recall correctly, has Enfields, or maybe they have Springfields. I don't know.
Enfields.
I was right. Okay, cool. Although if nobody's ever noticed this, they do have like red piping on them, and that's pretty neat. Like
A has been
the red piping.
neutralized.
Yes, B has now been neutralized. The Union did take down, or A has been neutralized.
Yeah,
I read that as a B. I think that's the first VA group, but they don't have a flag bearer, do they? Nope.
Probably
so the
not.
first VA bout over here, or no, this is the 7th VA, and the 6th AL, and Naja, I don't know. Some people over there. The first VA is still in the force.
While I like what they're doing, that is a beginning of the game to middle game strategy. We're at the end game now. And you cannot be splitting off, especially when you're down by a lot of tickets.
I think if the Union are even in a group chat, I mean, at this point, I wouldn't be surprised if they're not even in a group chat. I think they are, though. I might ask later. Their best chance would just be group up and then charge, right? The Confederates have made no attempt on capturing C at all. They can just ignore C and charge, in my opinion. They're not doing that, though. They just want to be all split up. They want to all die at a line, and then, you know, whenever they want to capture B, they're just going to all sit right here, right in the middle, and die perfectly for the Confederates. I mean, just look at that, right? I mean, that's just what better position could the Confederates ask for to shoot on B from? And instead, these guys are staying back at upwards of 100 yards, and just let's just shoot them. You know, we're already behind in tickets, but let's just spend the next 20 minutes shooting them. Again, the Confederates have recaptured A with no problem because the Union did not have a flag bearer over here. The first VA is still sitting in wait doing jack shit. At any point, like when that one Union group charged in the middle, what I was trying to say was if the first VA moved from there to there, they could have gotten massive kills on the Confederate force over here. But instead, they just stood back and didn't do much. These Confederates are playing much better than the Union, in my opinion.
Or at least, the Confederates are just all sticking together. They aren't sending groups out to get to C. They know the point of contention's at B. And so, yeah, Union's just splitting apart, allows the Confederates to easily defeat them. Confederates are focused on 1 point, while Union's trying to focus on all 3.
Agreed. And like, that's well said. The Confederates are again, they're all centralized. They're all trying to stay together. And the Union, I mean, I think it's an understatement to say that they are disunited, or what's the word for that? Like, separated, split up. Confederate advance over here through the cornfield. Interesting movement where they're kind of like half. No, they're not even half in the corn. None of them are in the corn. Mr. Murphy advancing with his fucking cold army. I'm guessing, right? I don't remember if he has a cold army or Lamette.
That's funny timing.
I think it's Lamette.
If they go for C now, that would be funny timing. Honestly, don't even.
It'd be really
blame them.
funny.
I mean, you
But
could.
I think they
push them in
are.
the
He's saying
counterattack.
forward lines. Right now, this is the first attempt the whole game for the Confederates to go on C, and it's only being defended by the first VA. Confederates or Union had last stand, and the Confederates basically just won the game. You can't do much now. I don't see the Confederates losing this. I think they've already won.
Frankly, you don't know. Thanos could come down, dude. I don't know what you're on.
You're right. It's true. I don't know. Maybe the game can crash.
Guys.
I want to see your gun, Murphy. Can you slow down for a second? Whatever. I'll see it in post, right? I think it's Lamette. It really looks like Lamette to me, but I can't tell, and I'd hate to be wrong about it. But whatever. There's more to look at. We can see again that the Union, their last stand, what are they doing? They're gonna sit and shoot for the next 5 minutes until they all die. Great, nice job. So everyone wanted to see. They wanted to see you sit and shoot.
But what else can they really do here? If they charge, they're all gonna die. I guess all they're
Well,
doing right
I mean,
now is
not
delaying
really.
the inevitable.
I think what they're doing now is just guaranteeing their death. I mean, like a death by 1,000 cuts, right? What they're making sure, what they're doing right now is ensuring for 100% chance that they have no chance at winning. Charging is risky, but it could work. They catch the guys with their loading, or they catch the guys, with their bayonets off, and you can win just randomly, right? If you do a shootout like this, you'll just enforce mediocrity. Nice artillery hit, killed 1 person. I think that's all the artillery's going to be able to do for the whole round. Kind of sucks. I think it's the only Union artillery shot. That kind of sucks.
They should go Cap C. They win the game right away if they Cap C. I don't know why they broke off. Maybe they're just like, let's have some fun here. But
yeah, maybe they want to go kill all the extra Yankees just to prove that they can. I can't blame them because they've been playing so much better than the rest of these guys this round. Which I hate to say it, because the Union definitely at the beginning they looked like they were in a slightly better position with the buckle and such. The 5th North Carolina running directly into the AP, first Gavin 20th Maine and the 20th New York.
I think that this was more of a Union making dumb decisions than a Confederate being spectacular. Because Confederates did what you're supposed to do normally on this map. You take the point closest
on any
to
map,
you,
really.
and then you just go and engage for that middle point, fight for it with your group. Union split off and tried to be fancy and do that other stuff, and it didn't work because Confederates were a blob, which at the beginning of the game, Union could have taken advantage of that by going for B when the whole Confederate team was distracted at A, but they didn't do that. So...
Union just not doing an actual good little thing up here on a point. Only took them half an hour to realize that maybe sending forward your entire group into a fishbowl is a bad idea when you don't need to. The group over here advancing on the far right is the 5th Florida, and led by Booch, who should get a fucking Lamette. They are charging out this group over here. I'm pretty sure this is 20th Maine, and the 1st Maryland has also joined the 5th North Carolina in charging out the rest of these Union men.
Yeah,
Union men losing their flag.
Yeah, we got a nice microwave view charging, trying to look for Union. And he
They're all
sees none,
dead.
and he keeps going. Back to
Union
overview
not
here.
detected. You can see Mr. Nate. I wonder if it's the Nate I know, with a bayonet on. Maybe he's gonna go, have a word with Jefferson Davis. Maybe end slavery all by himself. Who knows, right? Who knows?
Who needs Abraham Lincoln?
I think that the 5th Florida over here, or 5th North Carolina, is gonna have an issue if Nate doesn't want to do that. Oh, he picks up his own flag bearer.
Guys, I think he revealed his position.
Yeah, a little bit. The last organized Union group alive, looks like the rest of the Union people alive are in singles or doubles. The last organized Union group alive here is it's the 1st VA. Who would have thought? Again, over here on the right flank, what are they doing exactly?
Delaying the
Beats me.
inevitable.
Yeah, I mean, the whole time, again, what they and the 1st Delaware did over here in the woods was cool and all, and the 7th, but it really didn't do much. And I do believe that if these guys in the 7th and the Delaware and everybody else, I mean, the whole team really didn't it felt like they weren't talking to each other. I'm sure they probably were having a Steam chat. If they weren't, then they would correct me in the comments, I know. But it certainly felt like they don't have a Steam chat here, the Union at least. The Confederates, you're right. I mean, they're really just doing the bare minimum. I mean, what are they doing the whole game? They've been charging and shooting and not splitting up into a million different groups.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
really all you need to do.
They didn't worry about C either. They're like, okay, it's close to
Oh,
the
they're
Union spawn.
teabagging.
They don't need to worry
Teabagging
about
Irish
it
flag.
and whatnot. So yeah.
Every single shot, and it was so bad. Well, I mean, except
Shut
they
up,
got me.
Guys, I missed every single shot except at least one. Okay, now we can see the Confederates making up their mind. The 5th Florida, and alongside the 5th, also Florida. I thought those were two groups, but they were just spread out a little bit. Advancing up here. Oh, the first VA is going to completely miss them because they're going the wrong direction. Hey, you guys marched to right past the point here. They're going to give the point to the 5th Florida, and the 5th Florida is going to capture any second now, ending this game in favor of the Confederacy. That's
I think Union just heading home. They giving up, man. They don't want to
Yeah.
die. They're like, screw
I swear,
that
if you
point,
guys
man.
do not behave, I will turn this regiment around.
If you ask one more dang time if we made it to our destination yet, we're going home.
Falcon and Synth, I don't mean to be a pessimist here, but I don't think they'll hold much a chance. Nice position, nice hold. The Confederates having a little party over here. I heard some gunshots going off. I think they're shooting each other now.
Look at got a microwaves view here, looking at that dead soldier that just got team killed, and now
Booch has
looking at that flag.
Booch has a fucking cool army.
Should we have our
Booch.
correspondent shoot him?
Please, microwave if you wouldn't mind, and say get a Colt or get a Lamat, if you don't mind. Come on, assassination.
Do it. It's gonna be.
Do it before the game ends.
Oh.
Come on.
He said no. He's shaking his head no.
Oh man. I wanted to do a little bit of assassination here.
Hey, got him. He shot him.
CSA has secured the field in the last second of the game, killing Booch for his transgression of not having a Lamat. Oh, the casualty count started higher on my end. That's weird. I wonder why that happened.
Yeah, all right. That was a interesting first round. We'll get everybody's thoughts. First, we'll start with Sevi. Then we'll move to our field reporters. So, Sevi, go first.
Well, from this view, it actually looks like the Confederate spawn was farther away from point B than the Union spawn was, which doesn't really make sense to me. I mean, the Union just did not play organized there. Confederates just played together. They played as a team, and the Union played like a bunch of little teams. At certain points, I felt like they were actively going against what each other was probably trying to say in any organization chat that they have. So as much as the Union, I think individually they were meleeing well and shooting well and everything like that, I don't think they as a team played very well. So yeah, that's what I saw.
All right. Thank you. Coughman, your thoughts for that first round as the Union perspective?
Pretty much the Confederates did very well. They stayed pretty much together the entire time, working off each other. Each group, I think, knew where the other one was. When it came to Union, it was just... I don't think I saw a single Union group actually get over 10 and do anything of any worth on the map.
All right. Thank you for that. Microwave, your thoughts?
In my opinion, the victory was pretty easy for the CSA. The Union's efforts were... they seemed like amateur, But yeah, they simply just ran into our guns and did nothing about it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
like
I
it.
thought the same thing from the skies.
All right. Thank you for that. We'll see you in the next round in a minute.
All right, so now we can see the map that we're currently playing is Towering Trunks. The sides have evened out a little bit. They're up to 36 on the, 63 on the Confederacy and 64 on the Union. Confederacy is advancing in two different attack columns over here. Doug and his 5th. I'm just gonna say Doug and his 5th, and Booch over here and his 5th are advancing over there. The 2/5s advancing and they're making 10. We can see that the point A is over here in the middle. If you don't remember this Pickle Trail map, if anybody used to play, it was a map the Union had sharp rifles on, but still kind of sucked for them. So on the road where this is, they have a flagpole, and also two other Pickle Patrol maps, former Pickle Patrol maps, have flags on them too. I very distinctly, or no, I'm sorry, this is all like one big Pickle Patrol map over here. I distinctly remember a certain Pickle Patrol game where we were all quick time marching over that field right there, all singing Civil War music, and that is an ingrained memory that I will never forget. And then yeah, so let's see if from afar if there's any action yet. No, there's still not. These are very large maps. This is one of the larger maps I've seen. Maybe I'm just having. Maybe it just looks like too much for me, but it looks like the Union and the Confederate spawn were very, very far away. Point C over here is pretty much out of the way. It's kind of tucked away. Looks like the two forces are kind of meant to fight over A, and B and C are just side thoughts. I don't think that's a very well planned out course of action because B and C just look like random points of nothingness.
You think A
I mean,
is the point of contention for on this map?
well, yeah. I mean, like looking at it, the Confederate spawn right there in that main area. The Union spawn right there where that thing is, and A is right there, and then B and C are just over there, off to the side. It's going to be inconvenient for them to have to go to there when coming from A. It kind of makes like a triangle, but they're both spawning really close to A. Union are the first ones to capture A, in contrary to how the other game went.
Yeah, I think B is the point of contention. I think B is more
think
the
so?
center. Or sorry, C. I don't know why C
think
is
C?
in the middle. Sorry. What is the point that's in that open field on the middle, the left?
That's
that
C. That's C.
That's C.
It's a very large map.
Why? I'm confused why it's ACB. Why is B not right there? That's
Dude,
just a pet peeve.
I think all the letterings of these were just completely random. Confederates have captured B over there, so I mean, it might happen over C, but still, the Confederate spawn is closer to A than it is to C. But we are seeing more action over here on C. A couple of Union men under the 1st Delaware have been the first ones to reach C. They don't have a flag bearer with them yet, so they're going to be pretty much just murked by these guys, standing around not knowing what to do, kind of hiding behind the thing. Let's see if they get any kills. Maybe, no, nah, unlucky. Ooh, nice. Was that a canister shot? No. They actually, these guys got more kills in the first 5 minutes of this round than they did last round entirely. Impressive. So, with that being said, the B is just, I think B is just not even competitive. That's so close to the Confederate spawn and so far away from the Union spawn, I don't see how Union would be able to capture B without basically losing A. Like, it's so far away from A that if the Union try to go over here, the Confederates would just be able to take it instantly. I don't know how this map is. I don't know if it's... I'm just going to say, I think it's one of the less even maps.
So last time this was done, I think it was on the 400 player, maybe? I don't know. But how this map played out is Confederates took A and Union held B and C. And that was the whole round.
B and C? How would the Union...
That's-
Oh, I'm sorry.
so-
Yeah, B?
Yeah. So basically, what happened? What just happened to B? Did it get uncapped or?
No, the Confederates did the exact opposite of what you just said. And the Confederates have B and C and the Union have A.
Okay, I couldn't see on my end. Sorry, I just want to make sure I have the correct things on the screen. But so what happened is Union tried to take A right away. Union sent guys to A and towards C, but Confederates spearheaded their whole team into A and split the Union apart and wiped the ball at A, took A, and then held there for the rest of the game. Whereas Union just took B and C, or C and D.
I would like to say that the first VA had a giant volume line shooting dirt for like 10 minutes. Meanwhile, the not even 100 yards away was the 5th Florida completely getting a flank position on them on a small stone wall nonetheless. And then right as we were talking about BC and the A, one man says they flanked us on the right after they've already been shooting at them for a minute or so. So that was just not a very good move by the Union. Union do have a firm control on A, but they're still like, I don't know what they're doing here. You can see their lines are kind of perpendicular to the Confederate line, and they're not really facing them. They're more so just forming blobs around a tree. Back over here, I was saying that B wouldn't really be very competitive at B. But we can see that there's a small there's a small Union group pushing forward. Confederates holding off from this barn. Let's see if the Union have a flag with them. They do. So the 1st Delaware, and another really bold maneuver is, oh man, gosh, that killed my frame rate right there. I'm just gonna say they're about to get murdered by the 1st Maryland. They're saying, "Don't kill him, please." Bus says, "Please don't kill him." Bus fucking died. Impressive.
Impressive kill.
The Union are gonna have no chance until they kill this group of capturing B. Meanwhile, they don't even have a chance of capturing C because it's in the middle of this field. And seeing their lack of creativity from the last round, I highly doubt any of them will even consider using that force right there, which the Confederates are already planning on doing. That was fast. 5th North Carolina's, I'm guessing this is their skirmisher group. I guess that's what SS stands for. I hope it isn't the other thing. Is now on the flank of the 7th. I'm hoping that the SS means sharpshooters.
I would guess in this time period context, I think it would make sense. I would hope.
I would. One would expect. This is war, right? So the only thing you can expect is the unexpected. The 5th Florida over here is still facing off against the with a huge fucking lag spike there. Jesus, I need to refig my graphics, I guess. But again, with this stonewall here, they're able to kneel and just not die. Very impressive.
Yeah, I think our Confederate player Microwave is on that stone wall taking shots. How's it going for you, Microwave? How are you guys feeling there?
Not taking many casualties, but a lack of targets. It's pretty. The targets are pretty obscured by the foliage.
Yeah, I can tell there's a lot of smoke. It's in the trees. I would assume it'd be very hard. Thank you for that report. Back to our overview here.
Yes, and like I said, it's very hard over here to see through all this thing, and I'm guessing that's why they were able to get the flank originally on this position. However, I heard Florida to the front. It might be trying to move. I don't think they even need to move. The Confederates are winning here, and they can just keep up this rate. They do control too, so as long as they keep the points in their favor, the Union should drop tickets below them. However, it's based off ticket level, not exact percentage. So they need to inflict a lot of casualties. They don't really. Think about this game mode. It's very much more casualty based than the others. We always say that the other one's a ticket game, but at least capturing a point, pushing out, taking a position can actually help you in the main the skirmish mode. In this, it feels much more like, you're capturing the points, but your main goal is to bring the enemy down to last stand.
That's for sure.
The point's kind of secondary to that.
I think Coughman, are you in that woods by A too? Am I correct?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
How's it going for you on the other side of the fight at A?
This Union side is pretty. There's a lot of Rambos of the Union side spread out through this area around A, and all of the Confederates are staying pretty together west, and it seems like we're doing pretty well picking them off.
All right. Thank you for that. Back to our overview. Oh my goodness! I just heard that guy got
It's a
headshot.
cool house. Oh, and yeah, I'm just glad that I haven't gotten blinded yet. Knock on wood, I guess. But man, the blinding was. A shot goes whizzing by your spectator, next thing you know, you can't see. That was a bit insane. Is this the first Delaware advancing back up? It is the first Delaware advancing back up. They're screaming for dear life, Mr. Slightly Larger Pencil.
Oh, that guy got absolutely domed.
He's crying for his mom. He thinks he has friends near, but he really doesn't. He's yelling run to himself. I wonder if he knows that he can't be seen by any of his friends. The Confederates aren't even chasing after him, and he's yelling that they can't chase him. They're not chasing him. They're actually, the 1st Maryland is going the opposite direction to him. So, I guess a good day for him. Bad day for the 1st Maryland, who missed out on an easy flag bearer kill.
Yeah, for sure. Especially because it'd be kind of far away from any Union position. Kind of.
Mm-hmm.
So.
They're setting up single men. I think it just got team killed.
No.
Guys, they haven't even dealt with the sharpshooters over there. The Union just show an extreme lack of. Oh God, the Union did engage first. Yeah, they're not showing any imagination. You're like, if they either stay in one place and don't move, or all split up and just act like a bunch of fucking particles of gas, instead of actually either coordinating together or even sending flanking maneuvers to help each other. Meanwhile, the 20th, the 1st, and whoever else is on this fence, both 20ths are getting flanked massively again. I'm guessing this is the 5th Florida. Yes, the 5th Florida down the road from them. Nice volley on their part, killing a couple men. Nice shot, aiming low. I saw very few pellets go high and a couple losses over here. That was a pretty nice example of a aiming low volley, because you saw a couple just barely chim over the dirt. Nice example from them. We can see that the 7th and the 20th and the 20th and the 1st and all the regiments are now trying to pull back a little bit to redeploy. That way they can better face off against the group on their flank. On the stagnant the eastern front, all is quiet on the eastern front, and everybody's shooting at each other still. No change there, no change there. Did the flag just go down? No, he's just hiding. Oh, they're actually doing volleys. Oh, I hate the steady so much. I'm just gonna get out.
Steady.
Yeah. They didn't stay steady in the Civil War. But whatever.
That's great.
Go read Casey's manual, you fucking rebel. I'm sorry. They don't agree to the Casey's. They all read Hardy's over there in the South. Whatever. Fuck Hardy's.
What did you say, Steffi? On our
Fuck
unbiased
Hardy's.
news network?
I'm sorry. I'm a Casey's drill manual supremacist. I go by but Casey wrote down. Not that secess General Hardy.
He said the no word.
I remember reading one of those PDFs of Hardy's, and it was like, this book was commissioned by Secretary of War Jefferson Davis for the American military, because he was Secretary of War at one point. That's one thing about 5th Florida now. They shoot those guys. Ooh, I think this might be a fail charge on part of Mr. Zoo's part. I don't know. Well, let's see. What kind of what kind of pistol does he have? Can't exactly see. Looks like a Remington. Sad
Yeah,
day.
we got a nice view from Microwave here. In the melee. Back to our overview here, as it looks like it's pretty much summed up from what I could see.
Yeah, I think the Confederates were able to win that by a bit of a margin. Now the first Delaware over here, we're a little bit too far away to help out. This is another one of the downsides of having very large maps and not exactly high player counts, is that the teammates are too far apart from each other to actually help out in melees. You know, it's just like that is it's only like 40 yards, sure. But by the time, sure, if the Delaware would charge immediately, like, oh, I don't think they had any interest in charging in. Yeah. Never mind. Okay.
I like the ritual music. It's bopping.
It is indeed bopping, but their heads will be bopping on the ground when the Confederates realize that they're easy pickings. Over here, the 5th and the 5th, and then no, sorry, this is just the 5th North Carolina, not the other 5th is over there somewhere else. Is still shooting them with still flanking positions.
I mean,
why are these guys allowed to live?
Yeah.
I mean, like why have they not been charged out yet? Like there's.
Because there's a lot of shots in front of you, and I don't think you notice if there's shots coming to your left. The only thing, especially if there's only 3 or 4 of them.
They're okay. Look, they know they're there. They know they're there, but instead of charging them out, they're having a couple of guys just sit there and shoot them. I hate to tell you, Mister, that's not going to work. That's not how this game works. You're not just going to win by having 2 guys shoot back at them. You're going to lose.
It'd be a perfect opportunity
to
get skirmishing and out of lines too, especially when you're down on tickets.
Mm-hmm. What we see over here is that the Confederates, I think out of a show of respect, are not taking... Oh, never mind. Pennsylvania, he's yelling. Right as he said it was actually working. Oh, poor guys. Cat McPhail leading the charge of the rest of his men, the 5th Florida, killing out the remnants of the 1st Delaware and their peaceful ritual on Point A.
It was
Confederates
a
now have
peaceful
control
protest
yes.
that was frankly stomped down by this regime. I mean,
Blue Lives Matter.
by this
Blue
Union
Lives Matter. Blue, no, it's a Union Blue. You know,
sorry.
I back my boys in blue. You know.
RLM, Red Lives Matter. That guy was a redhead. That was probably Bush.
Oh yeah, Red Lives Matter. Well, I maybe a little bit less than blue. With the 20th New York and a couple other groups, he didn't hear that from me. I'm pushing up to try to help them. But the Confederates, they've already formed a line over here on A. Anything the Union does is just going to be murdered. God damn it, else.
Yeah, we're going to cut to our microwave.
I don't know what they're yelling about, but I think that they have some pacifists in their line. Back over here on C, and the Union have a single man over here. I wonder what that man is, or who that man is. Because it's Falcon. Ooh.
I'm not going to dox him, but let's see what his name is.
Oh!
Did he die?
Did you hear that?
I heard something, mother.
Oh, yeah, Honcho just yelled, "Here you are, you motherfucker," and then shot him. Rest in peace, Falcon. Wow, that was brutal. That was brutal, even for my standards. Over here on Point A, we can see that the remnants of the 20 New York's resistance is being completely petered out. The 5th Florida have complete control over Point A, Point B, and Point C. This is going to force the Union to a counterattack, in which they'll have a couple of minutes to try to recapture the point. They have 2 minutes and 57 6 seconds, etc., to try to recapture these points in order to win the game, or at least continue playing. If they fail to recapture any of these 3 points, or I say recapture, but the only one that they've even had is Point A. If they fail to capture any of these points, they will lose the game. So we see that a lot of the Union have pulled off of the fighting over Point C, and is this the first Delaware?
has been taken down.
Yeah, well, they have a flag.
You got to recap it and an AR.
They have a flag. 20th Maine this time, not the Delaware. 20th Maine, 20th New York. You know what? It works. It works.
Hey,
this game mode is just great. You know, so historical.
Well, I mean, we don't have a lot of people on too. Which
yeah, that's true.
I think will make a difference. If you multiply the server count by 2 or 3, which you can do by 3.
Ah, fair.
It'd be a difference.
Still, I don't know. This is. I think. I mean, we're gonna have a lot more servers of 120 than servers of 400. A server of 400 is gonna be a rare sight to see in this community, especially on a day like today where there's like 4 different events going on in the NA section.
How
you wonder why the events are small. What?
How much time is left in the game?
Oh, it's back up to 28 minutes and 27 seconds. 6, 5, 4. So yeah, 28 minutes, 21 seconds. Again, if nobody caught that, the Union captured point B, which ended the counterattack in their favor, meaning that the black timer is continuing to go down. Still, that black timer hits 0, and the Union still lose because they're lower on ticket count. You know, the 5th Florida doing a great thing here, and they capture the point. They're falling back. At any point, whenever the Union have a point, they stay on it. What I've seen from both these rounds is that the Union just don't know how to leave the flagpole behind. The Rebels, however, are just content to leave it in control of the enemy, except for that one charge last game, but they were already winning by that point. I think it's a very important thing to know that a point in no man's land is as good as a point in the hand. You know, these guys over here, let's just say it, the 5th North Carolina is outnumbered to the Union forces by a margin of like 2, no, not anymore. They were earlier, but they were outnumbered by a good bit. And instead of charging them, instead of doing anything, the Union were like, okay, we shall shoot now. It's just, the strategy isn't there. You know, I just don't see a strategy on the Union team. It just looks like fighting. It looks like Pick Patrol. Just random fighting, you know?
That is true. Pick Patrol just running around on a kind of big map. And if you find someone, take your shots. Hope you don't die.
Like, again,
Well,
like these...
This is also good, too, because now Union's going to be like, hey, no one's on the point.
Confederate volley killing one person. Nice job. Maybe
And now the
a couple more that I
Confederate
didn't see.
surprised him, unfortunately only getting 1 kill there.
Actually, I don't know. Are these stats new? I don't know. I didn't get a good view on it. 1 to 5 people. On the dead corpses of the 1st Delaware and the 20th New York, they're trying to put up a flag here. Playing the Irish Frontiers, I'm going to slightly go away from them because I know that music is bad to have in videos.
We could just sing it. You know, sing it. That'll work. You know, you sing over a song.
Oh my god. They're charging. 5th Florida charging in the IVB, the 1st Virginia.
Yeah, we're
That's
getting
about
a
it,
great
actually.
view from microwaves saying point A has been neutralized.
Point C has been neutralized.
Point C has been
Union
neutralized.
neutralized point C? Oh, they did. Look at that. But they didn't have a flag bearer, so they had to retreat instantly. That's really funny.
Yeah, it looks like Union have gotten killed there. So, yeah, so A and B are uncapped, and C is held by the Confederacy right. No, sorry, A and C are uncapped right now, and B is held by the Confederacy. Sorry. I forgot
However, any second now, A will be recaptured by the Confederacy. B is being surrounded by the Confederacy over here. I didn't really get to see a view of this earlier, but I'm trying to. It takes like 20 minutes to fly over here. God damn it. Honestly, it's like a 10-minute walk over here just to get to this part of the battlefield. The 5th North Carolina now are in control at this point. If this guy's a flag bearer, which I think he is, at least I think he picked up a flag.
Yeah, I
You know,
apologize.
they-
I said,
oh my god, he's doing a Michael Jackson.
I said Confederates had this point. Union did,
Yeah, well.
but now they're about to lose it. So
Confederates captured A, Confederates captured B. Well, I say captured, but they just neutralized it. They'll have a capture any second now. The Confederates over here who are facing off against point C are putting a new flag bearer forward who instantly died.
who instantly died?
Who instantly died? What the fuck? I mean, they don't have to try, I guess. Mr. Conrad, Mr. Mudabel Guril, Zabstar, Moore, everybody. Why do they... I mean, Zabstar is yelling at his men. They're all yelling. He said, a quote, Chad is going for it, but I think Mr. Nacho is anything but a Chad. I think he's just trying to throw his life away. Then again, capturing point would be kind of awesome. Oh? He's going to get it? There's nothing else happening on the entire battlefield.
Does he not have guys skirmishing?
Oh.
If he's not
There actually is
skirmishing,
the fighting
why
over
he
here.
can't raise it.
Yeah, you're right. He's not skirmishing.
need
5th
to
Florida
go down
back
to
in control at this
breaking.
point. Yeah, Union controlling, or yeah, Union breaking. Confederates controlling all points.
Confederates
You know,
have
the,
battle ready state too, right? That's crazy.
Yeah. Oh, no, Confederates just engaged. Guys, maybe it's the tide is turning.
The tide is turning.
Confederates charging forward and putting a shit ton of men on C instead of just flanking. Why does somebody even think about killing the group instead of just going to point? Like, nobody ever thinks, oh, yeah, maybe we should just go to their side and actually try to like, engage in a melee with them. Whatever.
I mean, and we'll see how many of those Confederates are dying out in the open though, because Union hasn't been
lot.
effective at killing these guys that go out.
Yeah, that is true. I mean, they actually, they're shooting, and the Union are like, yes, today we shall miss. I think that they should have waited to capture that, but then now they have 3 minutes the Union do to counterattack. And they're going to try to recapture these one of these points in order to end the counterattack, but it ain't going to be very well for them. We can see over here that on the far south is the 20th Maine now charging into the rear of the 5th. The 5th are going to get flanked. Earlier they were flanking pretty good on the on this area of the map, but if this pincer move works out between the 5th and who is this? No, this is the 20th. If this pincer move works out, then they'll be able to do really well. Again, I would still say that the 5th are controlling this point because they can just kill whoever tries to board the flag. Like let's see how long Ferdinand lives. I don't expect very long unless the 20th is able to be very effective on their rear, which they haven't really started doing yet. Let's see. Can we see more from the other sides of the map?
Yeah, is anything else happening for those other control points?
Nah, this is just like the exact same for the last 20 minutes. Union sending guys in the middle of the uncap.
Union's got to get out there and try to uncap and recap before. Yeah.
Oh, mainly over here on point between the 5th and the 1st. Union is beginning to recapture A. Let's see if they're able to do that. Don't exactly have the most faith in Ferdinand because he's surrounded by melee. Mr. Jacob Sneed killing him. And, but Zoo was able to shoot him. Playing,
Someone's got to continue to
Whack
raise
Rowdy
that up.
Dow, a hunky boy is General Sherman, Whack Rowdy. I think it's Charleston has fallen. Yeah, no, I have here the glorious students of Crawford. Charleston is fallen and the rebels put her out. That was the song he was playing. Yeah, it was Charleston was fallen. Couple more
raised.
Union over here. Yeah, Flag is almost up here, and that will end the counterattack in favor of the Union. Again, in this game, although they don't regain their tickets, so I don't know, kind of useless. Oh yeah, dude, if they regained their tickets and like 10 minutes on the timer, imagine this game going forever. Honestly, although I would pay to see that because that could be like hours and hours of Civil War fighting, right? Mr. J-Man in the first Delaware is being murdered by Zapstar. Does Zapstar have Lamat or what? Zapstar has Lamat. Nice job, Zapstar. That means his team's going to win. Yeah, that's what that means.
I think it's pretty obvious at this point, though, that they are going to win.
No, it's because he had a Lamat.
Oh, I'm sorry.
They're playing Union Dixie over here, and Union Dixie ain't going to stop him from the 1st Maryland fucking murdering him alongside the 5th North Carolina, who came in the flank, Mr. Doug and the rest of them. Nice job. The Lamats are winning the day. I think Doug also has a Lamat, if I recall correctly. So nice job on these guys murdering the rest of these Union. Let's see over here near the point A. The Union are full control of point A. Looks like the 5th Florida, they lost, and they had to die in Small Maine. Interesting. Point B is, well, it's fucking all the way over there. Union hit last stand, and I'm sure the Confederates over here are very happy about themselves, because, look, yeah, they're all yelling yee. I want to go see Mr. Doug will have a chance, because I'm pretty sure he had a Lamat, and I think I defamed him earlier when I said he didn't. I don't know. I can't. Yeah, he has a Lamat. Hell yeah. Nice job. I think I accidentally said he didn't earlier, which now I feel bad, because I know he would never betray me and get himself a cold army. Oh my gosh. And now we gotta wait for the next 20 minutes for point A to be captured by the Confederates. Because they have 5 flags over here. They actually have 5 flags up. You can see 5 flags on the screen
the field.
Yeah, Union have already won the game before they think about it. Gosh, look at this. Like, I mean, the Union don't even stand a chance. They're about to get cornered, pincered by these 2 maneuvers between the 5th Florida coming in from their main spawn down the road. Let's see how they're doing. Over here, zoomed in, I guess. Yeah, going to a small flanking position. I think they're going to try to get on this fence line and shoot them from there, which isn't a horrible idea. But, I just think they would just charge. But it looks like they're trying to focus more on making sure they don't mess it up, which, you can respect they don't want to drop that bag.
I don't think they can
Rebels,
drop the bag, regardless of what they do.
Yeah, that's true. They really can't. They're whistling in game. That's it doesn't come over well on camera. It doesn't come over well in voice chat.
Yes.
Say.
Those
We had a veterinarian, Mr. Nadia. Veterinarian Nadia himself leading his men forward. And the 5th Florida, they're getting flanked down by the 20th Maine, but the 20th Maine don't even know that they're flanking them, so they just keep walking. Maybe they do know, and they're fucking behind me. He says, like I said, he says, Zapstar's a point. Zapstar's a point.
May you please just take a look at my view?
Yeah, we got your view. What's happening? Oh my god, it's absolutely beautiful. The Confederate line is quick timing.
Zapstar's a badass.
Can hear that.
Revolver check.
He already used all of his shots. Oh. He just charged right to the center of the line and died, yelling the whole time that the Union were cowards running in the face of the enemy. And he got like 5 men, so whatever. 5th North Carolina taking aim, and I think they're about to do independent fire. Yeah, they're independent firing, killing a bunch of these flag bearers, and not that many men actually, given the distance. That's what the foliage really does to you. It makes it harder for you to see and get a proper aim on them. We won't save the Union for any more than a couple seconds now. The first VA and the IVB? No, I thought I saw an IVB tag. On the 20th, they were the only ones alive over here. The first VA and the 20th. Ferdinand holding that flag bearer. That's about it now. The 20th Maine died earlier. They're getting flanked now by the 5th Florida. No, yeah, this is the 5th Florida. The 5th North Carolina and the 5th Florida completely encircling them now. Well, not really encircling them, but, they have them on 2 sides. We have you surrounded, at least by these 2 sides. And, Jesus. I mean, I know it wasn't really a chance, but these Union guys are just, like, dying. And now they're charging in the Confederates. Yeah, where is this at? Somebody over here next to my character model said it, too. Let's see how... I wonder who's going to get the flag up here first. It's going to be McPhail? It's going to be McPhail gets his flag up. Looks like it. McPhail is going to put up his flag, surrounded by a couple other teammates. The single man from the 20th tries to kill him, but fails miserably. And now it's only a matter of time. I mean, it's been a matter of time for the last 10 minutes. It's been a matter of time since you really hit engage, really. Yeah. That map was a fucking sludge match, or a slug match. A fucking... What the fuck?
That was just, Union just got beat down the whole game. And point A and C have been uncapped.
No, please, just let it end. Why would you do this? Who is this? Oh no, it's the first Delver.
We're at it again. They cannot be stopped. They uncapping points left and right. Unbelievable. They're doing the call-up circle again, like we saw earlier in the game. What did he say?
He said we're going to be.
And A has
Confederates. Yeah, Confederates captured A, but just a little bit too late. Bus now leading his men over here to B. Is there anybody on B? Oh my God, that's where all the Union has been for the last like 5 minutes. Okay, I was wondering where the IVB tags were. It's over here on B. Jake Race is going to be the first one to bring his IVB over here to be Mr. Corporal Zam. Is not going to be able to have a sufficient... he's the only one guarding this point right now. I think the CSA left behind an insufficient garrison. Let's see if he is able to kill one of these men.
Kill all of them. You know.
Yeah, he might be able to...
out the officer.
Oh, Mr. George missed his shot. Mr. MVP killed him. Nice job, Mr. MVP. Kareem aims at the other person, but they don't have a flag bearer. But he's going to be able to take down.
This is really delaying the inevitable, just having a fun time now.
Are they going to bring it down or what? Are you going to bring it down?
We're carrying boys last stand.
Are you going to...
Bring it down? Are they waiting for the first Delaware? You need the first Delaware to take down a flag.
There we go. It only took them 5 minutes to realize that they are allowed to take down a flag. I think the first Delaware died when we were looking at them.
They did?
Yeah, they're gone.
No.
How'd they die?
How did they die?
Hey, if any first Delaware guys have like a clip of that, do you mind like, hand me?
How did you guys die? You guys were
so
so enthusiastic.
Oh my God, the Confederates don't know about the guys on B.
They think they win the game now. But Raiders, they're about to cap. B's gonna be uncapped.
This man says 5th NC set up security. West, south, west, and south. Wait. There's 5 or 4 of them on B. Oh my God, Corporal Zam. He's reincarnated and just told. Oh.
Everybody kill Doug. No.
I think he just killed Doug.
They think the game is over. That's why they started team killing.
They killed Zoo. They're killing each other now. Everybody's just like tired of playing, and they just want this game to be over. Everybody's killing everybody over here. It's a pile of murder. Let's see, is anybody actually going for B? The enemy is captured. Okay, the enemy is Confederacy because I F9 while I was Union, and the I think this is still just the IVB unless the Delaware was able to go under my nose.
Go to A.
A.
Go to A. Go to A.
Please don't.
Go to A. Please.
No, there's nobody over here. Thank God.
Go to A.
There's nobody over here, man. There's nobody over here. There's nobody here. A single Union could do it, but there literally are no Union left, like, to do it. Like, there's nobody over here. Ooh. 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 I do gotta say, I'm gonna call you out over here, Mr. Nate. You could You can go capture that point over there, mister. All by yourself. Get yourself some lovely things. But he's not going to. He's just going to sit there. I think he's AFK. Probably died. Or maybe he's having cardiac arrest right now, and that'd be kind of funny, I think.
Confederates.
Still, I think the IVB has entered this barn. No, they're just walking away.
They're moving.
Oh my god,
Are they going to A?
They're going to A. He said IVB died gloriously, and I think that's what they're looking for. They're looking for enemies on this giant map with only 120 people on it. They're just looking for enemies now. Confederates coming in onto their rear.
I think if they were looking for enemies, they had to go to C because it just got capped. They're going to A.
Yeah, but they're not. They're not. Mr. Shogun MVP and Mr. George. Go to A, says Riverts. Oh god. You know, I'm sorry, but I think the Confederates are going to beat them to B. Then they're going to get to A.
Oh, if they
Unless they don't have a
that.
flag bearer. They can neutralize it, sure, but that doesn't mean they're going to capture it. Okay, they do have flag bearer. Yeah, I think the Confederates are going to be able to win this. Finally putting an end to our misery. Yeah, no. Confederates have they have a group that's going to beat them to A. Sadly for Mr. Jake Race, he's not going to be able to kill the rest of these Confederates or bring up his group to A before they're able to get a flag up here. So sadly for the Union, although they've done a lot of shenanigans, thank God this round's over. That lasted way too long. I don't even know what to say. Like
this round was over a while ago.
Yeah,
And
I mean, if some funny things that happened there, but it really, again, I stand by my position. I think this feels more like Pick Patrol than an actual competitive game mode, and I think it'll stay like that. With the abilities, I've heard of abilities to like, you know, if they like make variable tick count, being able to swap sides, being able to swap respawns. I'm pretty sure they've added the ability to swap respawn points. I haven't actually tested it yet. Confederates have captured point B, so
and
yeah.
that'll do that round. Another Confederate domination. We'll just start with Sevi, and then go around the circle. Sevi, your thoughts?
I mean, looking at this map, from what I'm looking right here. I hate to say I told you so, but look, B is so far just out of the way of the Union. That map really does feel like it's A, and then B and C that are really far over there. And I don't really know. The Union just didn't. I don't know. It felt like a pub. It didn't even feel like a pub game. It just felt like nobody was really trying. They were just like trying to have fun, which you can't blame for. It is a video game. But that was a weird way to see a game. I don't really know what to say there. There's not really very many strategic or tactical improvements I could give to any of the side because they really were just like playing to shoot at each other, which is what a game is for. So I don't really know how to what lesson to take from that.
All right, thank you for that. Microwave, your thoughts?
Nothing really to say. Well, mostly because it's 4:30 a.m. and I have scripted by Sammy to fucking do this shit.
Well, I appreciate your service. You are free to go if you please. Coughman, your thoughts?
I think the Confederates having the giant block of North Carolinians on their side, just having 20 guys just running around, crushing any small group they come across, really helped tip the scales towards the Confederate favors the entire time.
Mm-hmm.
But that's about it. Everything else has been said.
All right. Yeah, I think more players has something to do with it. We saw a lot better rounds with a 400 player server. And I think that's part of it because we only had 120 some tonight. So, but I guess we'll see going forward. Hopefully the issue of 120 player servers won't be a problem after the sale. But we'll see with that.
Mm-hmm.
So now we'll be hopefully doing a post-game interview. We'll see. So hello, everyone. We have a post-game interview after the 2 Conquest rounds. On the Union side, we have Shake and Make and Ferd, Jake Rice, and Bus. Thank you, Sevi. And from the Confederacy, we have Zapstar and Booch. So we'll just be asking some questions like we normally do, seeing what the strategy was, and then our announcers and field line reporters can ask questions as well. So our first question will go to the Union. What was your strategy on the first Conquest map, and what was your reaction to the ever-changing battlefield? What did you do to react?
So the strat in the beginning was I came in late and I learned the strat late, but we were gonna hold one unit back at C, and then go cap B, and I think what happened there was we didn't cap B, and there was like a lack of movement from the Union side, there was first VA was not in the Steam chat, and it was at some points, and it was very disorganized.
That
So
explains a lot.
we tried our best to organize stuff, but the Steam chat was pretty disjointed. So we had some decent moments. There were good moments, but then they ended up failing because of like improper coordination and stuff like that. So in terms of how we reacted to the battlefield, we didn't.
There was no
I tried
plan.
neutralizing some points. Yeah, I told them too. I said, "Hey guys, I thought the hint would be enough." I said, "Be prepped to play this like Call of Duty domination," and no one took that to heart.
Not enough people play it, probably, which is weird.
Yeah, I thought that people like the people were like, "I don't know how to play this game," and I said, "You ever played Battlefield?" And no response. And yeah, so that's what I had to take. Any other Union guys? What else?
No, that was pretty much it. You know, we tried to go for the 1 point. We always agree to start by capturing 1 point, and it just, it always falls apart super fast. We get to the point, maybe we are successful in capturing it, but then it's like there's no communication on where to go afterwards. So we're all just kind of stuck at the 1 point we captured and hanging on to that the whole game, somehow thinking that's going to win when it's just not.
Yeah, is kind of the same thing. You know, it's like even me not being in Steam chat, I could see the set plan. It's like, okay, we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, and I would try to get the men going, doing their thing, and then both matches, like I don't exactly know what the other regiments were doing, but both matches, I know we were without our flag the entire time, so we couldn't hold a point against a charge. And so, like, we kept trying to hold these defensive positions. We kept trying to do all this stuff, but then, like Bus said, there was just a lack of movement from the Union side. Like, we would get the order to charge, we'd go out, and there'd be nobody behind us.
Mm-hmm.
All right, thank you for that. And now we'll move the same question to the Confederacy. What was your guys' original strategy for the first map, and how did you respond to the ever-changing battlefield?
I'll be honest, I don't really remember the strategies. Zapstar probably does, but
I do indeed.
With the coordination with our brigade, Sussy Brigade. By the way, there's the plug for all you guys watching. Coordination and reaction on the battlefield with us. We just coordinate good together, and we communicate good, and we react well. Whatever the battlefield presents, we take care of it. Boom, done with.
That's it. So in the first map, Maryland was ordered to take A and to secure it, while the rest. Maryland and 4th NC were ordered to take A, and we secured it ASAP. That's the closest to our spawn. Whereas the remainder of our Confederate group moved to Bravo, if I remember correctly, they secured that in detail. Then Maryland moved forward along from A to right in between kind of A and B, and fought in that fence line against, what I would argue is excellent Union counteroffensives. However, it was not enough to force us off of the field.
Sussy will prevail.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeed.
Also, I do want to take this opportunity to say my compliments to our opponents tonight. You gentlemen fought hard, and it's an honor to face against you.
Yeah, I was going to say,
Contradicts what he said earlier.
I was going to say thanks, but I don't think we did.
Agree.
I remember dying a lot.
I, for one, I will say this. Halfway through, about halfway through the second map, I rolled over on my back and did conga lines around points until we died.
Yeah, I saw that. I was a spectator by that point.
Yeah. We did that multiple times, and we were charged out by multiple people.
It was
and it worked well.
And I would like to apologize for the vulgar language I use in my charges.
No, I mean,
oh, no, hard feelings.
I would like you to please turn up the volume at the parts where I say homophobic slurs.
Yeah.
That's a quote.
You can say some more right now, but just...
All
right.
For the record, I'm a bisexual man. If there's
you just gotta add that in. You're like a fucking vegan.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm vegan.
How will you know? They'll tell you.
Boss, if you go vegan, I swear I worship you.
All right.
It was.
So with that question summed up, I'm going to add C. Murphy in here because he showed up. a moment late.
I see Murphy. Murphy actually had a
Charlie
fucking map,
Murphy.
so yours like instantly better than Booch over
Murphy,
here.
let me know.
Yeah,
Sussy.
so I just waited to the end of the question because it's easier on editing purposes. Hi, Asian, I love you. All right, so we're gonna move on to the second round now. We got C Murphy with us. Hi, C Murphy.
Hello.
So yeah, the second round to the Union. Same question. What was your guys' strategy going into the map, and how did you react to the ever-changing battlefield?
I was doing for both maps. The second map was the map where we did conga lines. It was really funny.
Oh yeah.
The plan was the same thing, but I said we all assault the 1 point, and while we're capping it, we move to the big fucking little field thing, and the C, I think, is the point. Yeah, C. And I tried doing that, but we all died, and I pussied out because there was a giant Confederate force moving to C, and I got scared, so I started going to B, and then we died. And that's how I reacted to the changing battlefield. Is when anytime I saw a Confederate group, I ran away. That's basically how the entire night went. Is anytime that I saw a Confederate group or any sort of enemy resistance,
How did
I
you win the war?
told my guys to retreat. I'm not even lying. This is exactly what I did,
Guys,
and I tried to stay out of combat as much as possible.
If I may be allowed to butt in, Eagle.
Yes, go ahead.
Okay.
Yeah, we can go. Hey, if this turns into a conversation, that works well too. So if you want to answer that same question, go right ahead.
Fantastic. Listen, there were a number of times where Maryland was resisting an enemy force that was superior to us, that in my opinion, they must have thought we were far more numerous than we were, and they fell back.
That was probably me, and I will say we did not think you were superior to us. I just did not want anyone to die because it was really annoying telling people regroup at C, and they were like, "Where is C?" And I said the big blue letter, and he's like, "I don't see the big blue letter." And then,
no!
Yeah,
3 big blue letters, guys. Not that hard.
Well, one of them's red, probably.
So I was afraid. So
it showed in the field, boss. I apologize to say that.
Well, it's okay. I don't really care too much. I already got my epic 2-0 earlier today. I'm not like.
Oh, you only care about the Europeans.
Yeah, because we have 22 dudes. We only have 14, so I didn't care.
Boss, I distinctly remember hearing you in one of our charges, and I hear you telling your men to fall back, and I was just screaming at you the whole
time. I kept telling them to run away. You should have heard the Discord call, bro. It was literally just all of us were like, half my men were drunk.
First Delaware, ladies and gentlemen.
100% of Maryland. Intoxicated, winning victory after victory.
And Florida.
I have this 65-year-old guy who's just like, "Where's the? I don't know where we're at." And I was like,
I think every War Verse group has like a really old guy that just doesn't understand. Does not understand video games.
Yeah, we got
First Sergeant.
We got.
Oh, you don't gotta call him up by name.
Don't diss my dope boy.
Yeah,
I don't want to dox him, but his name is.
That was essentially how we reacted to the battlefield. I know other people fought. I know IVB fought very courageously. 20th New York, I didn't see them too much, but everybody else I saw fighting and
they certainly fought.
Yeah, we were on A by ourselves for the entirety of the second match almost.
Yeah, second match. I'm not gonna lie, I don't remember what I did other than the conga line stuff. I feel I don't know, man. It was kind of a blur. I was thinking about Kenshi the whole time. I was really wanting to get back for that. But yeah, that's yeah.
All right. Anyone else from the Union have anything to say?
Well,
I think the main gist with that was
I hope it goes better when it gets a little more serious in the future. Like once we start knowing the metas and stuff, that it should be more fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, when there's no more fucking conga lines.
Oh man,
I would agree with
we
that.
were all serious on the CSA side.
See, the thing that happened was you charge out in the field, you cap it. Now what?
You guys didn't even flank or whatever.
Dude.
Yeah, no, because like we would like on the first map on B, we would cap it and we would pull back, and like I was hearing Jeff talking, and he was saying all right, we should hold here and shoot because it's like what are they gonna do? Walk into the middle of the field and cap it while we're shooting them? But then like nobody else would stay on the fence. They'd like all go to the side, try and flank, and then the CSA would just run right down the middle and take it.
I didn't really see that, but whatever.
Yeah, it is sad. I mean, one extra thing to add on that I tried to do first map and started working a little, but it was a little bit too far gone. I think we could have won the first map if we picked it up quicker.
Easily.
I just started running around with my guys and neutralizing points in order to choke points out of the enemy. So because I knew they weren't going to go for C ever. Because like, why the fuck would they? It's really far away.
What?
So like,
we were Fifth Florida was at sea the whole time.
On the first map. The first map.
Oh,
the first map.
Okay.
No, I'm talking about the first map. This is a one-off about choking points out. Just go send out groups to just start neutralizing enemy points, and then you just do that over and over again, and then it's just like really annoying, and they're like, oh man, why are our flags going down? This sucks. I hate this game.
At the same time, Boss, I will say I did catch a few of your lads doing that on the second map, and we cut them down out of line.
Yeah. Well, no, listen, there weren't a few of them doing that. It was all of us, but we were very disorganized because I just yelled at all of them while we were disorganized to go to a certain point.
That's why your lads just kind of showed up when you felt like it.
Yeah, I told them just to go up there and just do something, and then because that was like when we ran past. And then I got scared because I saw people in the barn, and I was like, "All right,
my lads airdropped out of the barn and just charged you."
Yeah, I saw. I was like, "Oh shit." Yeah, it's not going on a record because we were meant to be on the CSA, so it's okay.
Oh, that makes sense.
All right.
Okay,
did the Confederates? Did you guys answer the second round question? Is there anything else you guys need to add on?
No, basically, Florida was going to sea, holding sea, and NC in Maryland.
You guys pushed
running
A,
A,
right?
Was it A or C that we were at?
You guys were on A on the second one. Yeah.
Yeah, it was A. Yeah.
And you
Literally, we stood there the whole time.
Yeah, I think wasn't it Maryland they pushed?
Oh, you were the ones we were fighting the whole time.
Maryland defended
wrecked.
B.
Yes.
Oh, it was B. That's right. And then we reinforced Charlie when we needed.
Pretty much stayed at C and fought whoever was there for a long time.
If there's anything I would identify as the strength of the CSA tonight, it was our excellent coordination. I mean, like, listen, we're always communicating in officers chat. We're sending messages back and forth. We're talking about call-outs, like, hey, I see unit to the southeast of you, Murphy. That sort of thing.
So yeah, like, Brigade is taking applications.
Yes, I am applying. I've applied.
Gentlemen, I just want to say we were doing that all night. We were calling things out. It was like having a radio man, right? It was like World War II sort of thing.
That's very Civil War-y.
Oh, you're right. You're right.
I'm calling the admin. Murphy, can you ban this guys?
You're done.
But we were supporting each other. We moved in coordination. We did our very best to support each other. And I 100% think that's even more essential in today's Conquest game mode.
Oh, yeah, very.
The Union did just the opposite of that.
Literally the opposite.
So if you lads don't want me
there's no need to beat a dead horse here, so.
Nobody in the media is talking about this.
How was Union officer chat, if you don't mind me asking? It's like, I don't have experience.
No one.
That's our
question. Very quiet. It was very
Oh,
quiet.
you're right. That is your question.
Bus jumped in our chat halfway through.
Yeah, wow.
I did.
Are you asking the fucking questions now, or what?
Yeah.
I apologize, Debbie. I will bow to your superior experience.
I believe.
Thank you.
We answered this question earlier.
Yeah.
And it was essentially a couple times I tried to talk. There was only a couple people talking, and it was very in between. I tried to be like, what's going on? No one would answer. A couple of people would answer. Maybe like 10 seconds later, there was not really a precise call out system. No one was really talking about where enemies were. It was pretty empty, especially on the second map. It was just nothing going on.
So perhaps it was a breakdown more of communication than it was superiority in the field.
Yeah, I mean, people fighting in the field was fine enough. Like, there was some good engagements, but just like it wasn't very good coordination in those engagements.
There was one engagement I remember in particular where Maryland faced enemy charge on the first map along the snake fence between, I believe, A and B. And we fought to the last man, and the last man won it. And legitimately, whoever that regiment was, and I'd love to review the video later, my compliments to the enemy who charged us, because that was a hell of a fight.
I don't know.
I have no idea who that was.
We would have known if we had talked about who was where. You know, it probably would have been like much easier that way. You know, probably would have been able to tell, like, you know, that kind of thing. But alas,
Yeah, and
it was silent.
Tonight probably wasn't a good night for Jeff to lead either. He's a very quiet dude in general. Tonight was probably not a good night for him.
Yeah.
I honestly, and this can go in there obviously. I was a bit too cringed out to talk sometimes. Sometimes there would be points where
mayonnaise?
I would just turn off my headset volume and just sit there and listen to music. I've been listening to a lot of I just turned on like the Fleet Fox radio station, and then I was listening to some Big Thief, and I was just like jamming out to my feels.
How many men did Delaware bring tonight, boss?
We had 13. Well, we had 14 at one point, but one left early.
Gotcha.
But I don't know. I mean, I
distinctly remember apologizing to boss repeatedly. So we charged out his line.
Oh yeah, that's okay. Well, we were all really scattered, so it was more like we had 5 dudes and then maybe like 20 others like scattered out throughout the map, and that was where everyone else was planting trees and stuff.
So that's one thing I would like to identify with Conquest, right? It's very easy to become disorganized in Conquest mode. You really do need that sort of higher command channel that's coordinating everything, because if you don't, it very quickly devolves into a bunch of random men surrounded throughout the field.
Ooh, men surrounded.
It can. In fact, that was in your last video, if I remember correctly. There was a video where the Confederacy, if I remember correctly, was surrounded by the Union.
Oh yeah. Oh, no, it was the other way around. The Union were surrounded, but it actually went it went to the detriment of the Confederacy in the end because they're out of lines.
In the end, it did. But it could have very well went the other direction. We must really enunciate communication amongst the higher command channel, right? You can't have a silent command chat when the other team is constantly communicating. Otherwise, you really just end up separated, and you get cut down in detail.
I would advocate for that as well. I can't be the only man. I also
can't be the only
man. He hates women, guys. He hates women.
So it's a very noble cause, hating women. More than I do.
Are we on to other questions?
Yeah.
now,
So
or?
other questions. Will Coughman, do you have a question?
I have several.
All right, Coughman, you go first with your questions, then we'll go to Sevi. For everyone's preference, Coughman was the Union frontline reporter, so he was playing with the Union the whole game.
Good to see
you were right in front of me.
Goofy.
Did I team kill you?
Ask your question.
I don't think so.
Okay, good.
For the Olive Union, I want to ask: did you guys think that the unfamiliar mechanics of Conquest lended itself to your defeat?
No.
It was First VA's reason for getting defeated.
That was rough.
That's about 20 dudes. That's about 20 dudes who are off doing butt fuck shit.
Nothing. Literally nothing.
Literally nothing. AKA the definition of butt fuck shit. Thank you for yeah.
Hey, we actually caught that on video too.
So So they were the first map. They were in reserve at C. Whatever the fuck that means.
I remember that.
And it was, he apologized for it. He said sorry, and he said he didn't know how the mechanics of Conquest works. And I said it's okay. We're all new to it. I didn't mean it.
I don't think Boss is sincere.
I wasn't.
I don't know about that one.
I just didn't want him to cry or anything or feel bad.
Poor baby.
But it's okay. Some of us take the L. I took the L, dude. I'll be honest. I sucked tonight. That's okay. Some of us suck tonight. That just happens. But yeah, it was. I don't think it was the mechanics in the slightest, because some of us got the metas and shut down. It was literally the coordination, because the guys that were in there all knew the mechanics of the game.
Yeah, we all played the beta.
Yeah, one thing I do have to say though is
I get flags are important, but I don't think it matters that much with what regiment they're with because you guys need to be sticking together more. I
Except
get
for
it.
respawns.
Yeah, that's fine, but
it's a long ass map.
you should always, honestly though, I care more about having enough flags to go cap points because, in my opinion, Conquest should be a quick game mode. You should be neutralizing points constantly. I don't know. I don't understand why it stalled. That's why I'm saying the Union didn't move at all.
Right. We did not.
Because
The Union doesn't move. That's why we lost. We just sit there and let the points tick down. I'm like, bro, this isn't skirmish. You can't just sit and defend. That's not how that works. You just got to keep moving. Even if you fail, that's fucking fine. As long as you neutralize a point, that's taking enemy points down even more.
Yep.
Is a thing. So I don't know.
The ticket.
I don't think there's the mechanics in the slightest.
Right.
But
So you think your loss was just a combination of lack of movement, lack of coordination, and just a lack of awareness?
Yes.
Yep.
Yes. And yes.
Yes.
And the Confederates, you guys think your team won because of a lack of coordination, or because you had a lot of coordination, a lot of awareness, and a lot of movement?
I mean, it's hard to beat Sussy Brigade anyway, so.
Well, I would say that we coordinate very well, and ultimately we move together. And when one force faces a superior number, we move together to reinforce that position.
Like a ninja.
Ultimately, gentlemen, it all devolves, or rather evolves, I suppose, into reinforce your fellow units, fight together, and you shall have victory.
I agree.
Mathematics isn't applied
right,
as much
you
in
know.
Conquest as it is in the regular skirmish,
No.
So
Especially with
it's
even
more
tickets.
about
I would say,
boom.
yeah, I
Teamwork
agree.
makes
I would
the dream work, is
say
what it comes down to.
a prime Union 2 Corps would absolutely beat the shit out of a Sussy.
Well, you know,
Hey, what happened to that?
Hey,
for
it
fucking
has
forever.
been for
What
years
whatever
straight.
happened to those 2 core guys?
Oh man,
Just for
one guy called the guy's
What?
girlfriend fat. Then we had
Yo, I'm going whale hunting.
Oh my
Go whale hunting, guys. Get a whaler.
Okay. I'm gonna let it CV. Sevi in
Okay.
this.
So I think it's Sevi. I haven't heard anybody say Sevi for like 2 years. Anyways, we've I think we've discussed all the all what people would consider the important things, but none of that really fucking mattered. I gotta ask like a couple I think I have like 3 questions. So this one goes for Booch. Why the fuck didn't you have a Lamat?
Dude, I was pissed because Ricky had one. I was so pissed.
You
What, I
didn't
have a
click
gold?
the arrow
I
button?
had a gold.
Gotta click the
You
arrow
can do that now, dude. Okay,
That's lazy.
You've been able to do that for like a year.
Let me say this now. That never works for me.
Cap.
It never works for me.
No.
It's a new change. It
I
is a new
thought-
change.
okay.
It's not new.
It's like a 6 month.
Yes,
new
it is.
change.
Yeah, it's
Never-
been around for like
Six
half a
months.
year.
6
Everybody
months
says
ago.
all these.
He's
all
still
this
getting
broken
used to
shit.
it.
Everybody says all this broken shit that you can do in the game, and it never works for me.
That is true.
I'm off of a 3-month hiatus, so.
Oh, okay.
That is also
Booch,
true.
Booch has an excuse. Welcome back from prison. Now this one goes out to the Union. So for the Union, one major question is who do you think was? This goes for all the Union commanders. So I expect whoever wants to talk first. Who is the best group tonight on the first round?
First Virginia, easily.
Yeah, easily.
Yeah, first VA for the win.
I just couldn't believe their incredible, how they held
MVPs,
every charge.
honestly.
They got all 3 points. Remember that on the first map? Just boom,
Exactly.
boom, boom. It was incredible. We couldn't keep up with them.
Realistically,
Exactly.
I'll say it was a close race in between 20th New York and IVB, but I think 20th New York just beats them out. But who was the person who charged after we capped B, and the CSA was going in? Who was the first one to go in?
That was 20th.
20th.
Okay, yeah, that was I don't know why you did that.
Yeah, that was dumb.
Okay.
I didn't either. I was saying it was a bad idea while I was going out.
We said
screaming at them to
we
come
said
back.
it in the Steam chat. We said we're gonna sit here while they come in and just pour shots into them.
What match was that?
Well,
that was the first map. I said I don't know why.
To be honest, that is Jeff for you. He only listens halfway sometimes.
It's okay. It's all right. But yeah, so I think 20th New York they carried the majority of the good stuff, but I will say First Delaware in the second half of the match was putting in a lot of work neutralizing points.
Yeah, I was watching you guys when we got into last stand. Like I was watching you guys running around. Like a couple of them were like, even when you're doing the conga line, a couple of them were still going after flags. It was.
Yeah, that was what we were trying to do. The conga line. What the conga line does is it guards the person that's taking down the flag.
Yeah, that's what we were trying to do. The second match with like when we were trying to take A in the second match. You know, and like CSA was trying to shoot us. It's like just form a wall.
Yeah,
and then we charged.
The strat of that conga line is we move around in a circle, and then as soon as the person who's getting the flag up that gets shot, we're constantly moving, so it's not like you're skirmishing and you can't, like if someone gets up and they just get shot because, oh my god, a sharpshooter sees that they're moving. The dude will just enter, and then the conga line will close more and more, and it'll tighten around, and they have cover. So there's a strat to it, but it is really funny.
And it actually makes sense because if one of the dudes in the conga line gets shot, that hole's immediately closed because you're moving.
Exactly. Conga line strat. There's deficits to where you can't fire back, but if I can't see an enemy, if I can't see the enemy, then what exactly? That's what I always tell my guys. I would say they're always like, "Bus, there's a CSA on our left," and I'm like, I don't care.
La.
Keep going. There was multiple times where Nate was like, "They're right behind us. They're chasing after us," and I was like, last time I checked, the flag's in front of us.
Wait,
by the way,
was Nate's name just Nate in game?
Yeah, Nate was just Nate.
Okay, he could have capped A at the end, but he was AFK.
You gave Nate a beat off.
Yeah, he could have. I saw him sitting up there.
Yeah. By the way, Buzz,
he was AFK.
Nate a Beakoff key a while back, and he ghosted me after I gave it to him. So I want you to know
he said that you guys don't play much.
No, we don't. I'm just fucking with
Exactly. I try to play with LaBelle whenever they fucking play, but they never played. Now they play, but my guys all play Beakoff now, so it's just like, okay.
Bus, I want to ask.
Yes.
So what was the story when you guys did the conga line at the end of the second round, and you all said to be, and then you all like died a minute later? Like,
okay,
so was there a ceasefire, or what was that?
So we were going and we were conga lining around C, and then we were like, oh, let's just go to B because we want to drag it out, and I want them to quick time march towards us. And we marched to B, and Zap was like, Bush, I would like to do a ceasefire and parlay at the Big Rocks. Please. And then I was like, okay, Zapster, if you want me so badly, then we will do it. I was definitely not begging to do it at all. And then I turned around as soon as we crossed over the line 2B. And I had like 7 dudes with me. Turned around, went into the bush. I got stuck on a bush, and there were 2 CSA Rambos that were there, and we were like, don't kill us. And we were not killing them or trying to kill them, and they just fucking slaughtered us, and we died. And it was all within a span of about 30 seconds.
For the record, I did call that out in officer's chat. I was like, I'm about to parlay with Bus. We're about to have a discussion about the terms of surrender.
Yeah.
Hey, well, I for one am very glad that Bus died because that second round lasted like 30 minutes too long.
I saw you standing at the flag, and I was running to you, and then I got fucking stabbed. I had made it out of the bushels. I had made it out of there, and I was scot-free. I was like, I'm running to you, man. You could have saved me. And then I got stabbed.
Why didn't you save him, Zapstar?
He didn't see me.
Listen, I didn't actually see him. I got there, and I'm like, where are you, Bus? Where the fuck are you, mate? Like, there's no one there to meet me.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially what happened there. That's the great conga line death of 2022.
Florida was trying to quick time charge on A.
Oh, dude, we got a beautiful view of that. That was phenomenal.
And then 5th and C comes out of nowhere and is just like, get fucked. And I'm like, God damn it.
I wondered why one of y'all was moving up so fast and the other was like...
I was in C, and I was like, you fuckers, you ruined it.
Hey, well, you know what? At least he had a fucking Lamat.
Exactly. Right?
Tell you what. They're all about instant gratification, 5th North Carolina is. You guys are going out there for the memories, and they wanted the instant gratification of getting kills. So I respect you guys, and I disrespect CM Murphy. That being said,
Murphy's
gotta respond, man.
Let me into Sussy. Let me into Sussy.
Suss trying to water up boots.
And that's all I had to say.
All I got to say
that. I don't think Murphy's here. I think he's just
AFK.
Wait, has Murphy talked?
Hey, Murph.
He's not.
On a medal?
Hey, Murphy, don't say anything if you're gonna let us into fucking shitty second core.
Hold on there.
Hold on there.
What-
It's taking forever, dude.
what-
Hold on.
what
We
I
have
do want to say,
unsettled
gentlemen.
business. Sorry, no. Let me talk.
Go ahead. Go
How
ahead.
many times has 5th NC and 5th Florida been on the field and wiped the second core clean off the
Now,
face?
now hold
Well,
on
not
a
recently
second.
because the second core doesn't exist
Hold
anymore.
on, hold on. So don't come
Maryland
in
has
with
been
that
part of this glorious endeavor for quite some time now, and we are a significant portion of that, and I will not have us demeaned in such a way.
Second core doesn't exist anymore. I don't think we can.
Oh, what happened?
Yeah, we're dead.
What happened to second core?
They didn't make it.
Blew up.
Somebody
They
said
didn't make
something
sense.
about a fat girlfriend.
Yep.
Oh, I wonder who that was.
That
Oh,
was the final. It was
The
the final
final vote?
straw, and I
Yes,
defend.
sir.
I defend that I
Bus-
stand up for my
Bus be
men,
like,
and I
"Guys,
stand
guys."
up for their personal lives. It was an incorrect personal
Guys.
attack on someone's real life
It was a
family.
personal attack.
Therefore, we left.
By a
We pulled
15-year-old.
out.
Bus is a simp.
As soon as we pulled out, I can't help it that everyone else wants to pull out as well. That's not my fault. That's not my fault.
Hey,
You
Bus,
know?
have you ever
I can't help that
considered
I'm that lovable and that much of a crucial.
maybe that
centerpiece.
night you had too many men's balls in your mouth and you couldn't see the funniness of that joke.
Maybe I was sick. Maybe I was sick of Coco and Sevi. Maybe
Listen, what I will say.
All right,
gentlemen,
all right.
As a man who go, okay, go ahead.
Shit, Nick. That's all you had to say.
dude.
Well, what I want to say is with Coke, Sevi, no offense to you. And I applaud
I
you.
already tell Ben's gonna go bad.
No, listen,
Oh,
I
boy.
applaud you 110%. In fact, I very much appreciate you as a commander as well as a announcer and all that. I do appreciate you as a human being and as a War of Rights leader. But what I
However.
will say is when you and Coco get together, something happens. Something happens that, like, your chemistry is really good, but it's not good for literally anyone else.
Like humanity.
Yeah.
Now, I love you, Sevi. I really
It's like
do.
that Austrian painter, the guy named Himmler.
Hey.
Holy crap.
ultimately, lads, all I want to say is,
Good
God,
game.
I
It was
love
fun.
all of the Union. I love all of you lads. You guys were excellent. It was a pleasure to fight against you. There were times where I was legit panicking in my own Maryland chat when I faced your charges.
He was
And
panicking in
ultimately-
the Steam chat. I'm like, damn, he must be going through some shit because we're steamrolling these.
There
fuckers.
was some shit going
Times
on.
are tough.
We're getting charged by 2 units at once, but like I'm sitting there and I'm calling out like, lads, Maryland needs some assistance here. You know?
Yeah, we had no idea anybody else was charged, and so that was just coincidence that you got charged by 2 at once. I'm not gonna lie.
There were a lot of times, though, I will say, where the Union, I believe, and I could be very much wrong, overestimated our numbers by at least twice, because there were times where we'd countercharge and they'd fall back. And, like, I'm looking at them retreating, and I'm like, why? Why would you ever retreat? We're about to be wiped out. And, like, no joke, they would retreat against Maryland alone. And then 5th NC, 5th Florida, and the rest of Sussy would just join up against us and thrust right in between the lines and just shatter them. And, like, legit, guys, all my advice to the Union would be try and get a realistic number
Get
of
good
your
scrubs.
opponents. Keep your heads on a swivel, and do not overestimate the enemy's zeal to equal their numbers. Because, let me tell you, that's not always true. You charge Maryland, I'm going to kind of charge you every time. I'm going to fucking try my best to wipe you out. And don't you ever think that I've got 30 men with me, because I don't. And if I do, let me tell you, you already fucked up by charging us.
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Death Star is the official spokesperson.
There we go.
Saying.
Round of applause.
Huzzah.
And I'm gay. Just have to throw that in there.
Is there any other
would say
questions or commentators or comments? This is turning into a podcast. I love it. I love it. Every second of it.
Get red on the line.
Asgardian Ego podcast? When?
Get red on the line.
Battle
I'll
Line
join it.
podcast?
Fuck, I'll join
do
it
it.
with you.
Oh, that'd be, we
Get a
think
real
that'd be
expert
great.
in here.
That'd be great. All right.
Podcast.
Podcast. Good ideas for the future. All right. Well, in that case, thank you everyone for watching. All the regiments that participate in this video, their Discord links will be in the description if you want to join any of them. And also everyone
Why'd you
in
want to
this
do that?
voice. I don't know, Savvy, why'd you do it for 2 years?
Oh,
I'm just
that was
messing with
4
you.
years.
4 years. Jeez, that's a long time. But regardless of that, yeah, everyone in this VC, if they give me a social to like their account or to their account, yeah. If they give me one of their socials, like a Discord that they're in or their Instagram or whatever, that'll be in the description as well. And yeah, please like, comment, share, subscribe, join our Discord.
If anyone wants to get doxxed, just put it in there.
If I put my SoundCloud, you'll put that in the description?
I will.
My YouTube channel?
Okay, I'll send you my SoundCloud.
I like it. Yes.
I want to hear Bus's rendition of Dixie again.
SoundCloud.
It's not on there.
Oh.
So,
it's called Bird Basin.
Join our Discord. We need more frontline reporters and announcers. The more we have, the more beautiful shots we can get. Like tonight, we had 2 frontline reporters for like the first time in a long time. So with that being said, like, comment, subscribe. Yeah, enjoy. Have a good night, good day, whatever you're at. See you guys later.
Godspeed, lads.
Somewhere.
Bye.
See you, Dad.
Bye.